Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. Now, today's no different. Today, we're back to talk about Erika Girardi in this new interview that Kimberly Archie, who we met on the documentary, The Housewife and the Hustler, did with Heather McDonald on her podcast, Juicy Scoop. There's a lot that's being said right now, and it has to do with the victim. So, of course, we're going to address it. But before we do, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. Because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. Now, with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Now, if you guys don't remember Kimberly Archie, we met her on the documentary on Hulu, The Housewife and the Hustler, and she is a friend of the RHOBH family. Not only did she work for Thomas, but she is friends with them, and unfortunately, she lost her son. Now, from what we saw on the documentary, she has been very persistent in trying to do what's right to make sure the victims get their money back. But after listening to her in Heather's most recent podcast, it kind of seems like there could be a few issues that arise out of this whole thing, especially now with Erika Girardi allegedly owing back over $25 million. Kimberly Archie has some questions, and honestly, it's going to make you think. This is what she said. I'm not sure how this is all going to play out, but for one, how do you get blood out of a turnip? What? Okay. First of all, does Erika have any money to pay all of this money back? And the only thing I felt like this created was evidence, perhaps, that they were claiming loans and they weren't loans on their taxes, which means one thing. She said, for me, it's going to give a red flag to the IRS. And now the IRS is going to come in, and the IRS is before the victims than anybody else. So ultimately, we're just adding another bill that is going to come before the victims. She also went on to explain that the victims would likely never see a dime of the $25 million, even if the trustee successfully collects this huge amount of money. She said, so let's play fun devil's advocate and say they collect the $25 million from Erika. That's the part I don't see happening. But let's say they do. Well, 40 to 45% of that, depending on what they collect, goes to Ronald Richards. This is what she's saying. 5% plus the hourly fees goes to the trustee. Then the IRS, and then the legal lenders have about $28 million in loans. How will that help the victims? Again, this is something that a lot of us probably didn't even think about, but Kimberly Archie has been so persistent again on all of this. She's been involved with this for so many years now. I'm sure that this is just a big bomb going off in her head, like, oh shit, this is one more thing that's never ending. Kimberly Archie said that I just feel like some of the headlines are really disingenuous to some degree, and it does sort of feel crappy for the victims. Some of us, the victims, have been talking to each other, and to see $25 million and it coming from Erika, that they'll get from Erika, they're like, yeah, in their minds, how is this really going to play out in real life? Now, there was one main storyline on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that everyone has been questioning, and that was when Erika Girardi brought up the fact that Tom Girardi was in this car accident, that he drove his car off the side of the hill. We've all been wondering, is it true? Is it not true? Why wasn't there a police report? There's so many questions going on in our head. But Kimberly Archie, when she has every reason in the world not to support the Girardis at this point, she did actually back this up, which was surprising. But she said there was a huge gig in Las Vegas that Tom Girardi attended every single year. He wouldn't have missed it for the world. However, this one specific year, this particular year, he ended up missing it because there were bruises on his face. So she's letting us know that there actually was a car accident. She also added on top of that, that after Tom got into that car accident, it didn't seem like he could quite connect the dots all of the way. So it really just backs up what Erika Girardi was saying to some degree when she was talking about the simple fact that when she would communicate with Tom and she'd be like, babe, and he wouldn't really respond, and he wasn't having the best vision, and he wasn't quite all there. Kimberly Archie is backing that up. And mind you, this is a woman who worked with him. She worked with him, I don't know in what capacity, but she worked with him. She was around him, and she was around him before this car accident. So she knew when he was all there and when things started to kind of go a little bit left. And to hear it from someone who has nothing to gain but trashing the Girardis if she really wanted to, it's kind of eye-opening, because there were a few other YouTubers, a few other content creators, people who decided to take it upon themselves and go actually do the route of where Tom Girardi would have crashed the car off of the side of the hill. Some people were saying there's no way this happened. Others are like, yeah, it definitely happened. Then the LA Times writers who wrote the article that is all over the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they said that they contacted the Pasadena police and there was no report of it. So if there was no report of it, then how do we actually know that it happened, especially if you were allegedly ejected from a car for over 12 hours? There are so many things here that didn't seem to add up, but now Kimberly Archie is pretty much letting us know that it actually does. Wow. I never thought I would have seen that. However, even though she is letting us know that she believes that this definitely affected him, this car crash, well, she actually said that this has zero to do with his 40-year history of stealing from clients. Wow. Guys, there's so much going on in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, so many rumors that are coming out and then being debunked. Some of them, we're just waiting for things to land. I feel like right now, at this point, everyone is throwing pasta at the walls, trying to see what's going to stick. And this is such a huge scandal that we really just need the cold, hard facts. We don't need any more people coming out and giving us rumors or hearsay. At the end of the day, we just want to know exactly what happened, how this plays out, and how the victims will eventually get their money, if they ever will. Now, one of my biggest questions for you guys is Kimberly Archie thinks that because the IRS now may be involved, that the victims may actually not receive a dime of the money because the IRS comes first. Do you think that could be the case? And like she said, could this be more harmful to the victims than anything? So many questions to which I need so many answers. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, comment below, and let me know what you think about Kimberly Archie's interview with Heather McDonald on the Juicy Scoop podcast. And also, don't forget, we are going live tonight. It's going to be an interesting live. We're covering all the Bravo hot topics, Real Housewives of Potomac, Giselle and Robin wanting Dr. Wendy Osefo off the show, Real Housewives of New Jersey, Teresa's new man and all of the rumors that are surrounding him. Of course, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, because it's one of the hottest topics around in the Bravo universe. And then the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, because it's coming back in just a few days. So we're excited about that. We will also be joined today by Jason, who will be co-hosting the show with me because he's launching his channel again tomorrow, pre-launching it, revamping it, whatever you want to call. But then we'll also have Kim Pyre on with us, Dana Wilkie, $25,000 sunglasses from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Natalie, also known as Femme Tarot, who we all love. It's one of our favorite tarot card readers on YouTube. And then Zach Peter from his podcast, Unfiltered with Zach. So if you guys are around at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, make sure to join us. It's also 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If not, catch the recap. Happy Sunday Fun Day, guys. And I hope all of you have a beautiful and safe holiday weekend. Make sure to be safe. There's a lot of crazies out there. Just take care of yourself. And I'm sending you guys all the love. Well, see you next time. Bye, guys.